Hello, how are you doing? Secession. Kanu Igboho should have gone through National Assembly. Governors. This is according to one senator, Misao. He's a former lawmaker from Bauchi. He's saying Kanu Igboho should have gone through the National Assembly governors to present their case on secession. It's a funny thing indeed. Is it the northern-dominated National Assembly where an Igbo president does not even stand a chance because of the Hausa Fulani constitution that you are telling agitators whose case is even worse to hold on to tear apart Nigeria? Is it the Hausa Fulani northern-dominated house that they should throw such discussions? I remember a South lawmaker was almost lynched the other day because he mentioned secession. You know, it will certainly survive in the National Assembly if such bill is sponsored. Someone said, what you Northerners listens to is force and no other way. The call for restructuring had been falling on deaf ears, and you clueless man is asking secessionists to throw their secession demand at the floor of the National Assembly. You are funny. Anyway, in case you don't know, this Senator Issa Misao, former lawmaker who represented Bauchi Central Senatorial District in the National Assembly, has said agitations by two separatist figures, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, and the arrowhead of the Yoruba Nation agitation movement, Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Sunday Igboho. He said they failed because they failed to champion it through their elected representatives. Could you imagine? Mr. said he did not support the agitations by the duo because of the violent turn it took, which led to the loss of innocent lives. And he said Kanu and Igboho should have gone through their governors, could you imagine, and elected representatives to push forward their demands so that due process will be followed. Also, there must be an agreement by all Nigerians that we should go our separate ways. We can't have a situation whereby some people are enjoying the unity of the country, while some people are saying that they want to divide the country. Things doesn't work like that. They should follow due process in making their demands without people losing lives. A lot of innocent people have lost their lives since the beginning of the agitation, he said. That's what he's trying to say. He said they should go through their elected representatives. This thing, what this man is, instead of taking actions or making utterances that will incite people to killing themselves. Ordinarily, agitation for secession should not bring about bloodshed. If the government of the day realizes a considerable number of people from a region is asking for independence, I think the most civilized thing to do is to arrange for a referendum to ascertain if they have the majority to embark on such movement. But that has not always been the case. Most government, especially among we blacks, Nigeria in particular, would quickly move to silence such agitation by force. And that is the beginning of the bloodshed. Again, the representatives of these areas seeking secession are not ready to even take on the process. Let's assume such a bill stands a chance in the National Assembly if discussed. Most of these lawmakers are actually selfish and comfortable and okay with the way things are going because it's to their favor. So it's hard to get their support to talk about it in the National Assembly. And by the way, you don't need the agreement of all Nigerians to succeed. I don't believe in what you said. You can never get everyone coming to terms on secession with you. Secession threats and demands always come from the parts or areas wanting to succeed. And those who are comfortable with the way the country is going wouldn't want or ask for or support it. So Alhaji, you are wrong on that. You don't understand anything. If this is how you want to talk about secession, Igboho, and I don't understand what you mean by due process. Even if I do not support Western life, like I said earlier, the deaths resulting from wanting to secede is always started by the government and those opposing the secession. People are crushed, people are repressed because they want to be independent. That is what has been happening in Nigeria. A lot of cases. So, I think it is the failure on the part of the government. If some people are protesting, you know, what normally brings secession threat is maybe things are not done properly. And you realize this threat of secession is more in some of the regimes, not in all. It's either you call them to table, you redress, you tell them, you know, you talk about the issue that is triggering that secession. But what we have seen in Nigeria here is when people, for example, NASS started it recently because the Igbos are not properly treated in Nigeria. NASS started a secession threat. The federal government went after NASS. They arrested the leader, they detained, they did all sorts of things to him. IPOB came up. The issue is not still redressed. It's just we must silence these people. That is what the government has been doing. What is the root cause of the threat for secession or the demand for secession? What is the root cause? It has always been that these people have been maltreated. And by the way, their right to self-determination is in the UN Constitution. The people can decide to. What you do is you hear them out, you invite them, hear them out. Please, why do you want to secede? But the case of Nigeria here, you see people wave flag, we want independence, we want to be free, we are not treated, soldiers, DSS, police, and the rest of them, go after these people, start killing them. Now, you know what happens in most cases? It gets to a point some of these people might want to react because they are humans. They look for means to defend themselves. And that is why you have bloodshed. What this senator is clueless in his reply. He's talking about going to National Assembly. Like I mentioned, a senator from South the other day mentioned it. And he was almost lynched. See the aggression, see the anger in the house. And somebody just talked about this secession as if it's an offense. As if he has committed the greatest offense. And you know, like I said, this house, the National Assembly, is dominated by the North. It's a complete Northern house. The constitution has been structured in a way. It is always favoring the North. They will always have the majority. So, any bill you want to sponsor in the House will depend on their support or disapproval or approval of it. So, it will always be that because they are comfortable with the structure. The structure is benefiting them. So, it is benefiting them. So, it will always be that they will be opposed to any idea of secession. They will oppose it. They will yank it on the floor. The other day, something was discussed in the House about electronic transmission of voters result. They oppose it, and if you check the number that oppose it, they are mainly from the North. And If you're a Southerner and you want it to stay approved, you will find it hard. So, it's a Northern house. All they are. You need them because of the majority. You need them to always make any statement. If not, and that is why the South is asking for restructuring. A lot of flaws in the Constitution. That is why you hear the Southerners. Most people wanting restructuring are the Southerners because they were not even consulted while the Constitution was created. They were not consulted. Some few Northerners, military leaders, arranged the Constitution. All attempts, okay, this is not even secession. This is not even secession. This is, okay, it started with, let's restructure. All attempt is foreign. They don't want to hear that. Now a senator, a former senator from Bauchi is telling they should go through the House and National Assembly. Eh? That is even a harder case. Anyway, viewers, add your comment. Tell us what you think about our discussion. Add your comment on the comment section of this video. Please, we like your comment. It will help us to build. I'm Azuka OJ. I say bye for now.